here. Tonight we're going to be making an Easter centerpiece. So this is a Facebook Live, and so what I do is I over tape it so that I can make sure you get the best picture quality. So we'll be getting started here in just a minute, and if you hear me talking to people and I try to keep that at a minimum, it's because we're live. So I hope you enjoy this. Hey, how are y'all doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. I have something fun planned. I'm sorry it took me so long to get my list out. I kind of had a little bit of sinus struggles this weekend, so hi Bella. Whoop, there she goes. So how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Are y'all ready for some centerpiece fun? So we're going to be making a centerpiece tonight. I thought that would be fun. And this is another way that you can use up your excess mesh. Now this would be your 10-inch mesh. So, let me pan down. Alright. Hi! So when you're doing something like this, what I did is I picked out several different colors. So I have yellow, I have green, pink, white, and blue. And I used rolls that I already had open because I have 5 rolls. So you can make, you know, the little bits that you have left of your rolls when you finish a project. You can use that to do this because you're only going to need a little bit of each roll. So I thought it would be fun to do something like that. Alright, so let me show you the ribbons we're going to be using. So we have this pink bunny. Isn't that cute? And then we have this pink bunny, has little carrots on it. We have some Easter eggs, a green bunny, yellow bunny with carrots, and the purple. Isn't that pretty? So, I have a couple extra of another kind of little Easter eggs. So it's this right here, and I got this one from Carolina Pottery. The rest you should be able to get from Craft Outlet. I know that I have this green one in my Etsy shop, but I think I'm out of the others. But you'll have to go check. I'm not sure. So I cut 18 ribbons. I think we're probably going to end up using more because this is what we're going to do. So I'll put these aside. These are our 2 frames. We have a, what is this, a 14-inch frame and a 10-inch frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack the 10-inch on top of the 14-inch, and then I'm going to take a zip tie and I'm going to tie these together. So we love to decorate for the holidays, and we could not find any of our Easter decorations. None of them. We don't know where they went. They're probably buried in the garage because it's a mess. But I thought, well, it'll be a good opportunity to just make something new. So we're just going to make a centerpiece for my table. Oh, and we reached 27,000 on YouTube last night. Very, very excited about that. And these are the raised frames. And all that means is, I think this one's too tight. All that means is that it is raised up. Okay, there we go. And these raised ones are really good if you're going to do something like stacking on top of each other, because they fit together really well. It's a little bit harder with the flat ones. So I am connecting it at 4 points. And don't expect it to be exact, because it won't be, but that's okay. All right. There we go. So now we have them both together. So the reason we're doing this way is because I'm going to put a little Easter basket right in the center. So my mom really wanted to have a little Easter basket with some eggs or something in it, so that's why I decided to do it like this. Just a little bit more fun. And we are going to do our own frame today. So to save time, I went ahead and marked, but I will show you what I did. So when you're doing your own, you want to take your pipe cleaners and you want to go to the level above and the level that you're working on and just twist it as tight as you possibly can on the bottom. And then you take this and you go over. So you want to go about every 4 inches. So that's what I did. I just went ahead and marked approximately where they were going to go. And some have already fallen off, so it's which is fine. So the reason that you want to do it above and on the bottom is because it will help it from moving. Because when you're doing your own frame, it is easy to get where the pipe cleaners start moving, and then it's really frustrating when you're trying to do a project. So if you do it on the one above it and the one below it, and then tie it down here and hold it and really twist it tight, it should stay just fine. Okay? So that's what you want to do. And I keep these level so that when I tie it down here at the bottom, it is the perfect length to go over. The short one is the perfect length to go over to the next one. Just twist it really tight. That way they're not going to go anywhere. Okay. All right. So when I do something like this and I have 2 that I'm going to attach, one to the top and one to the bottom, you can still use the work grease. I just thought that it would be more helpful for you to see how to do it without a work wreath. So I got that little piece on pretty good. Okay, there we go. So if we have any reception problems, just remember that I tape over this and it will be on YouTube later. So that's how we fix the problem. Okay, so we're going to go to this second layer. So what I do there is I go on this middle one and on the top one. Except this time, I'm going to tie it so that it's at the top and not the bottom, like that. Then I fold it over, go to my next one, twist it real tight. Again. So you should get somewhere around 10 on the bottom and 8 on the top. Doesn't have to be precise. There we go. Oh, I tied that one wrong. Okay. Got a little ahead of myself. Okay. And put this whatever. There we go. Okay. It does make it real tight. Tight, tight, tight. If you have any trouble beyond that, you can put a little drop of hot glue on it. That will help keep it in place as well. And we are going to be doing 3 layers on this. So we're going to go right from this one to this top here. That way we have a nice snug base for our little basket. Okay. One more here, and then we will be ready to move to the top. Alright, so we got the 2 bottom rows on. We won't need as many for the top. So I will just start, doesn't matter, just somewhere random. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to the one below it and that one. I'm going to tie it really tight. Go over, put my next one. I'm estimating that we will use 4 or 5 on the top, probably 5. So this is the 3rd, so I think it's going to be 5. Okay. It's gonna be 5. Alright, one more and then we'll be ready to do the rest. Woohoo! See, that wasn't so bad. See, now you've made your own work wreath. See, and it doesn't look bad at all. And it's pretty quick. It doesn't take that long. So what I like to do is whatever level I'm working on, I will go ahead and open those ties up. Just like this. Alright. Come here, Bella. Come here. Come here. Come on. Good girl. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did. Whew. I'm going to have to move some of this stuff out. I have all the fun stuff we're going to play with. So I picked 5 colors. I picked ones that I already had open so that I knew I would be able to use up my excess. Now I have the snowball, but you don't have to use a snowball. You could use whatever you have. So if you just have purple, white, blue, and yellow or green or whatever, you just use what you have. That's the whole point of this project, is to use up your excess. So I like to roll them out on top of each other, just like this. I'll get them all rolled out and as even as I can, like this. Put something heavy on it. Cell phones work great. Then, you know, I have this little table over here and I roll them off the side of the table. It really does help. I know some of y'all are having problems. Just hang in there. It usually gets better. Or go out and come back in and see if that helps. Alright, so once I get them rolled out, what I want to do is cut 30 inches. So I will just use, there it is. I'll just use my rotary cutter. And I will cut them all at the same time, 30 inches. See, and even though I had rolls that had some been used quite a bit, actually the white one had barely any on it. And so now you see, I pretty much used this roll up. I probably could get one more of something out of it. So it's okay to use 5 or 6 or 7 colors. And that's the big thing I wanted to show you. All you have to do is have a few ribbons that help you tie all your colors together, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to toss these on the floor so that we can keep going. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the ruffle. We're going to use our base we made. I'll show you some of the things I was thinking about putting in it. So we got this little bunny guy. We got some little curly cues. We have little eggs. Look at these bunny hats. Aren't those so cute? More little eggs. And carrots. I love these too. So I have the majority of it cut already, so we cut one together. So now we can start putting it together. is just take them apart, lay it flat. Remember, if you're having trouble, put something heavy at the end, okay? And then you just want to run your hands up right through the center. There we go. So we got our little ruffle. We're just going to go to our first tie. I'm going to tie it down one good time. And I am going back and forth this way. Let me set this aside for a minute. Alright, I want to make sure you can see it. Alright, so just right up the center. You can also use your hands and lay them out to help you keep things in balance. Like that. Put the next one down. Tie it one good time. And spread them out against each other. So I love to do this because it helps cover all of the frame. Yeah, there are certain times of the year that you can get away with putting a whole bunch of colors together, and Easter and spring is definitely one of those times. And summer. You can put a lot of nice colors together in the summer too, because there's all those bright colors that are out. Thank you. Okay. So I'm just going to pile them up. I'm going to try not to put one color next to each other, but at some point I'll have to because I have an odd number. But it'll be fine. Okay. So you see how pretty that is next to each other? Yay, I'm glad you made it. Yes, so I just tied them with zip ties in 4 spots. Just kind of on the 4 corners. So there's one, there's one, there's one, and there's one. It's not hard at all. Now, you know, I'm making this for a centerpiece, but you could also make this for a wreath. It doesn't have to be a centerpiece. You could also, so I'm putting the basket in the middle, but you could also put a candle or one of those hurricane glasses in the center. That would be really pretty too. Okay. So I get them stretched out. See, doesn't that look like Easter? I would love to have had a purple to put on here, but unfortunately I was out of purple. Okay. I actually have one ordered of the mesh holders. It just hasn't come in yet. So I'm pretty excited to try that. Okay. So we got our first group on. And you see this? So you see how the ribbon has a bunch of the different colors in it? So it's really easy to make things work if you just have the right ribbons. Okay, we'll go on to our next batch. just spread it out like we did with the others. You're just kind of pulling it up against the next one, the one before it. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just kind of want to have them push each other up. Like that. You see how much larger it looks when you do that? So for people who like really full wreaths, this is a really great way to do it. So if you want to find some of this mesh, the snowball mesh, I saw some on the Wreath shop. So if you want to get some, I'd run over there and get it because she'll probably sell out quick. Because she's the only one I've seen that has it right now. Okay. So the bottom frame is a 14-inch frame and the top frame is a 10-inch frame. And we put our own pipe cleaners on it about every 4 inches. But this will be on Facebook later, and of course I will put the taped version on YouTube. So there we go. We're getting close. Ah, it's gonna work out perfectly. We won't have one next to each other. That's awesome. I love it when things work out like that. There we go. So I got them spread out. Here's our last one on this row. You can also do a centerpiece doing the curly. I actually did one of those last year. Those come out really cute too. Okay. So on the last one, you want to spread it out on both sides. Make sure you have it spread out and standing up. It really does. You see how it already starts going to that next level? And that's because you're spreading it out. Makes it much fuller. And you don't see the bars. Alright, so okay, so you can start with whatever color you want to on the top. Whoops. So I'm starting with white, so I'm going to go in between this pink and green. And then I won't have two colors together. Okay, move this over here. Make sure you can see it. Of course, we'll do the same thing on the top. We will spread them out. And then it really forms a layer. You see how you really can't see through this? Okay. There we go. See, I like that layered look. It really shows more of the ruffles because you're using different colors. Okay. There we go. Alright, so last time we did this ruffle, I showed you this, but I'm going to show you one more time. Okay, so if you have one of these Bodabras, if you turn it on its side, take your mesh, find the center, go down, and then flip it up. Then if you just visually pick a place that is the center, you can just carefully move it down and make your ruffles. So if you're struggling with ruffles, give this a try. These Bodabras are very inexpensive and they're really helpful. You can really use it for quite a few things. So see there? We have a ruffle. Alright. Eventually you get the hang of ruffles, but if you're struggling when you're first beginning, try doing that or put something heavy on it. Okay. Okay, what did I miss? Who had a baby? I saw something about a baby. Alright. So we're almost done with this one. And then we'll do the top layer. Then we can put some ribbons in. So just spreading it out again. There we go. Thank you, I'm so excited. Okay. All right. So we're at our last one on this level. There we go. There it is. There's our last one. Okay, spread it out against the one before it. So this one is the one that has two sides, so we do it on both sides. There we go. Doing this also helps tuck those little ends under so you can't see any of the salvage edge. Any of that edge where you cut it, it kind of helps. Okay, now we could stop here. See, it will hold our basket. But I want to do this last one because I think it'll be really, really full and pretty. So I'm just gonna pull my ties out. Okay. Then I'll just do the same thing. Now if you start to run out of mesh, you could just do 20 inches or even 10 inches on the top. So when you're figuring out how to do a wreath, if you're going to do 30-inch ruffles, from one roll you can get 12. So each roll has about 360 inches in it. So you can pretty much figure out if you have enough just by looking at it. If you kind of have an idea of how many. So if you did 20-inch ruffles, you could get 18. So you can do an entire wreath with 20-inch ruffles. And you can get 36 if you do the 10 inches. So I just keep fluffing it up, just like I did with the last ones.
Hey.
Hey buddy, you come in.
What?
What's going on?
I don't know. You're live right now?
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Ross came in. You doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know where Bella is. She keeps leaving.
Bella. Bella, come. Hey, baby, come.
Hey, girl. All right. So there's only a few at the top. So I just do the same thing, pull them out. You see how that really covers the center? I like that. We have one left, and then we can put some ribbons on. Okay, so this is our last one, so we want to fluff it up against both sides. Woo, this is full. I like full. Look at that. See, now you could just use that and make a wreath like that. You see how full that is? I mean, you can't even see the center. See how it looks from the back? Alright. So then when we put our little, see, this is the little basket. Isn't that cute? I got this from Hobby Lobby. I thought it was cute. This is actually a center that I just stuck in there, but so now I can just move this mesh aside. And I can set the basket on top, and you can still see the whole basket. And it'll hold it, it's not going to fall down. So that's why I went ahead and did the top as well. Alright. So now, let's put some ribbons on. So I cut all my ribbons at 14 inches. Here. And I just took my, there it is. I took my 7-inch piece of cardboard that I covered in duct tape. And I just took one of my ribbons, put it at the top, and then just go around it a couple times. So right there is 2 ribbons. You can just slide your scissors in there. Then I like to fold it over and do the little angle cut. I really like that look. So see, that's pretty quick and easy. Alright. So now we're ready to put some ribbons on. So I am not going to undo my ties to do this. I'm just going to go right on top of my ties. So I'm just going to take my 2 ribbons, fold them over, find the center, pinch it in the middle, and just tie it right down. Then I'm going to tie it 1, 2, 3. And then I will spread them out. And these are wired, so you know if you don't have wired, you want to use some hairspray or spray starch to try to make them a little stiffer. Let them dry before you put them on. But I can tell you that the wired ones just last longer. They just hold up better. But when you're first starting out, if you just have trouble finding or affording the wired ribbon, you can use the other. So just put it on top, tie it 3 times, and then just pull it out. There we go. I am pulling them down. So we're going to be putting cute little things in here. So it's just easier if your ribbons are going to the outside. Okay. And see, I incorporated all the colors in the ribbons. Okay. Thank you. I got some little things up here. Let me close those out. So the majority of these ribbons you can get at Craft Outlet. This ribbon right here actually came from Carolina Pottery. They do have an online store. But I would say, whatever extra ribbon you have, try and use that. Okay. So see, there's our little purple bunny. See, and that works because we have purple all on this ribbon. That way I can add a little splash of purple in here even though I didn't have any purple mesh. Because I am a purple fan. Love purple. There we go. Okay. So the great thing about using the white pipe cleaners in this is because it all has this snowball mesh, you really can't see them, you see? They're just not noticeable at all. So that's one of the reasons that I picked white to do for the pipe cleaners, if you're wondering. Okay. Okay. So we're almost done with the bottom. See how it just adds a little extra splash of color in there? Kind of ties everything together. I just love ribbon. Ribbon is a great thing. Just makes it so much easier to get the colors that you want to go together. So, just makes our job easier sometimes. There we go. So we got the bottom done. See, and that makes it spread out even more. Okay. So this is the other egg ribbon I had gotten from Carolina Pottery. I didn't have very much of this. These ribbons right here only are 5-yard rolls, so I had to use it sparingly. And right now, most places have started to put their Easter things on sale. So it's a good time to make something for your house. Or for a last minute sale. There we go. So on this second level, I am pulling them out to the front as well. So we have this third level, and if I try to put the ribbons going up and down, they're just going to keep pushing down. So I just go ahead and push them down, because it's going to do that anyways. You see how that ribbon picks up that yellow? I love that. We are going to be doing a new patriotic centerpiece as well. So that'll be fun. Oh, does Costco have their ribbon out already? I might have to run over there. Okay. It's like last one. Is this the last one? Yep. Okay. So we've got 2 layers of ribbons on. So I don't want to put one on the top. And the reason is that I want you to be able to see the mesh. Now, I of course told you I want to put this in there. This is a little pre-mossed bowl. It's one of the styrofoam half balls, and it's pre-mossed. So you could put something like this. You can put it upside down and put little eggs in it. You can also leave your basket empty and just load little eggs in it like that. And you can use some of that fun little stuff. So you could do like the little shredded paper, or you can do, like I have this cute little Easter guy. You could also do this. So put him like here. Put his legs here. This one's really fun because it has little clips on it, so you don't even have to do anything other than just clip it on. Isn't that cute? And then he has little hands. Like this. And you could even still put the basket in. So this one has like a little wooden peg on it. So I'd have to stick it down in here. Isn't that cute? I think that's really cute. And the best part about this one is that you can just take it right back off. I like that. So I think that's probably what we're going to do, but I wanted to show you just a couple little things you can do. So you could put a really cute little sign in here and use it as a wreath. One thing that I definitely want to do is add in some little fun stuff. So since I'm using this as a centerpiece, I do not have to glue anything down. Now if you wanted to use it as a wreath, I would advise gluing it down. Okay, so aren't these cute? So what I can do is just take this, see these pull apart, and then just bend this over like this, and then I'm just gonna push it right down through and let it stand straight up. So these also have little wired things on them. That's why I like picks like this, because you can take them apart. Then I'll just stick them right down through. See, I have a whole set right here. Look at these. I just couldn't stand it when I saw these things. Look how cute these are. I love these. Okay, there we go. All right. Oops. There we go. You can get little pics with like this bunny in it. He's adorable. And of course these are really fun because you can pull them apart. See, like I can take this, I can tie it in. So these are wired, so I just wire them right around where my pipe cleaners are. And these are fun because you can pull them out. You can push them back and you can pull them out. So yeah, this is great for a centerpiece because you're still going to be able to see everybody across the table, but it's going to really make the table stand out. So when we have all the people over for Easter lunch or dinner, we'll still be able to talk to each other. See, that's really cute, this little thing. Whoop. I pulled it back out. I'm so glad, Becky. Okay. See, isn't that cute? So you can just keep adding as much as you want. That's just kind of a personal preference. See, this would be cute in the middle. Look at that little guy. Oh, he's cute. See? So there's all sorts of things you can put on these. But I definitely am going to have this little dude in there. And my mom's little basket of eggs. So I'm gonna kind of put it down just a little bit. Okay. So what do y'all think? Does it give you any ideas? I don't know if my mom's on here. Are you on here, Mom? So I want my little hands to look like they're kind of grabbing the basket. I think they go this way, actually. Ah, perfect. That's even better. There we go. Haha. So that's my centerpiece. Just something fun and easy to do. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this head. So this is what I'm going to do. So it has this little bitty stick on it, and that's just not enough. So I am going to take one of my extra wires here, and I'm going to stick it right up through his head. And then I can use that to put him where I want him. There we go. So now you know, if you ever have something like that, you can just kind of stick something in there, because this has got styrofoam in it. Okay. Alright, well, I will see y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you on Wednesday, and we'll be doing something fun with this. Alright, so y'all have a great night. Thank you for watching. You know I love y'all. Bye-bye.